Hi, welcome to Squared Circle Boxing. This is a fighter profile. I'm joined here today by Josh Gooding. How you going, Josh?
All good, Dan. All good. Happy to be here. Happy to happy to have the platform to allow me to express myself, a little bit of background about myself. So, been a pleasure.
Good. Well, we're happy to have you here. This is fighter profile. So what we do on this basically is you tell us like how you got into boxing, how it all started for you, how you came about to be a professional.
It's a good question. So from birth, I was pretty much raised by a fighter. My mum, she came over from St Vincent and the Grenadines at 19 years old, and it was just been me and her growing up, and pretty much always wanted to box, but she never allowed me to. She wanted me to focus on like my studies. I actually studied. The reason why I live in Nottingham is because I came and studied here, done my university degrees here, and football. Football was a main focus of mine from a athletic perspective. So pretty much growing up, that's what I'd done. Even though I wanted to box, my mum wouldn't allow me. She said the only time you can box is when you move out of the house. So when I was 18, 19, came to university, and I'd done some boxing with the university and done a little bit down at Phoenix Boxing Club for about 6 months, 6-8 months, but never really took it serious. Then came back to Nottingham after going home for a short period. I was born and bred in Luton Town. Came back to Nottingham about 2-3 years later, so about 22, 23 years old, came back and met Errol McDonald, and he's very much, Errol McDonald in Nottingham is synonymous. He's very much one of the leaders in the 80s of the boxing fraternity. Challenged for a European title, unbeaten amateur. Went to his gym, and he made me realise that I could do this, and he gave me faith, and he's very much been an integral part of my journey through the amateurs and turning professional. So I've came into the game pretty late in terms of taking boxing serious. 22, 23 years old when I first really started boxing. Knew I had to fast track through the amateurs as much as I could, and I know I have to do the same in the professionals. Pick up as much as I can, as quickly as I can. 26 now, and I had a 3-year amateur career, 12 fights, 10 wins. So now for me it's about kicking on like in the pro game. That's why I turned pro and took on a pretty firm test for my first fight, because I just wanted to test myself from the outset.
Alright, well, it was a good fight. We'll get on to that in a bit. A little bit more about yourself then. I read something quite interesting about your day job.
Yeah.
Working in the food industry. Can you tell us a little bit more? Because it's not like the usual working in the food industry. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very proud of my day job. I work for a company called Muscle Food, a great company based in Nottingham, Basford. Very much an evolving company over the last 5-6 years. It's industry leading, and my day-to-day job, I work as part of the brand partnership team. So like many food, and it's very much a health food company, and many of the snack bars that a lot of my peers in the boxing world and fellow athletes consume, we probably list on Muscle Food, whether it be a grenade bar, whether it be a packet of Mountain chips, braised snacks. So it's my job to accrue those partners to come on to Muscle Food and list and be a part of the Muscle Food family. Our aim is pretty much to provide consumers with the ability to make have healthy food distributed to them at their doorstep within 24 hours if we can. So it very much aligns with the boxing for me. They're great for me. I mean, I can eat great healthy food and then also go to the gym and train. So yeah, a lot of boxers have day jobs until they become like world title level or European title level, until they come full time. Mine just happens to be one that I'm extremely passionate about. So I'm very much gifted in that sense.
I read a bit about the actual interview itself, and one part was just a basic interview, and then the second part was, can you tell us a bit about that? You had to Was it something to do with the sugar or the sweetener? I think.
So I had to. Part of my interview process is for my previous role within Muscle Food was essentially provide a document and a presentation of why of the protein bar industry and what would facilitate like growth within that industry. So it very much had to go away, find out what all the protein bars were on the market, what ingredients they had, what their nutritionals were, what their costing was, and very much do a market analysis and then present that to two of the members of the team. So I'd like to say I'm a little bit of a protein bar connoisseur.
I'd been lost out. I wouldn't have had a clue.
Healthy snacks is my field. So any boxers out there that want to know what the best healthy snacks are to consume, just get in contact with myself.
Well, here, folks. He's the man to contact. So who's your biggest inspiration then, Josh?
Biggest inspiration would be my mum. Hands down. Me and my mum have a very close relationship. She was, as I mentioned earlier, she was born in the West Indies in a small island called St Vincent. She was actually born in one of the Grenadine islands called Bequia. She moved over here when she was 18, 19 years old, and she's raised me as a single parent ever since. She built her own dynasty, managed a number of big car rental companies, and she's now fortunate enough to be retired and move back to St Vincent. But through her struggles and her adulations, I learned how to dig deep myself, because she essentially had to work a number of jobs, long hours, like leave me with my grandma, leave me with my aunties, who I was very much brought up and raised by women, and a lot of those women, from my aunties to my grandma, even my cousins, all female pretty much. I've got a few male cousins, that is, but they've all been very much inspirational. But my mum's been the header of that, and that's what I want to do so well. I want to make her proud. So just making my pro debut and representing her island of birth, where she now lives in St Vincent, it fills her with joy that she's getting the recognition that she deserves through me. And so that's very much from that sense. And also Errol McDonald, my coach, in terms of boxing, he's my biggest inspiration.
This is at Bad Boys Gym.
Bad Boys Boxing Gym, Errol McDonald. I was told that I was too small. Previously, I was told that I wouldn't be good enough, that I'm too old to box. But Errol, when he met me, he saw something different, and he saw something different in me, and that really allowed me to flourish. He said, it don't matter if you're too small for these guys. Like, you're weighing a lot right now, because at that time when I was an amateur, I actually stepped into the gym at about 96 kilos, and I fought as an amateur at 81. So he got my weight down. He recognised that I had good feet, and he said, you could beat these bigger guys, even though they're coming in at 6'1" to 6'4", heavy hitters. He's like, we're going to use your footwork, we're going to use your hand speed, and we're going to beat them. And he instilled that belief in me, and I wouldn't have had that without him. I would have still been thinking that maybe boxing is more of I'm going to be a boxing fan as opposed to a boxer myself. And he instilled that belief in myself. I mean, I had a belief to a certain extent, but he made me believe beyond that. And sometimes when other people see it in you, it reinstills that belief you have in yourself. So from a boxing perspective, Errol McDonald.
Right, lovely. Right, I want to take you back now to a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Your pro debut on Bragging Rights. So how did you feel going into the ring then? As you was walking out, was you nervous? Was you confident? Was you just ready to go?
I think that's a two-part answer, and the first part would be and it's difficult for me to say, because I know a lot of people would think I would have been really nervous, but I was actually extremely relaxed. I think that came across. It definitely came across in the commentary from the Squared Circle guys. Nathan Kirk, thank you. You really boosted my ego with some of your commentary. And Dave Bassett. But I was extremely relaxed, and hopefully that was seen in my performance. I like to think of myself as a relaxed character. Boxing is very objective to me. It's never personal to me, and that's the way I approach it. It's to beat the other guy, and that was it as an amateur. And as a pro, it's a two-part objective: is to beat the other guy and be as entertaining as I can be to essentially infatuate the crowd. So I was very much relaxed in that sense. And the second part to the answer is the reason why I was so relaxed is because I just knew I put the hard graft in training. I think I would have been nervous if I didn't train so hard, and I knew I was ready. I knew the level of guys that I was like sparring against was way beyond that what I would have gone in the ring with. There's going to get to a level where I know my opponent is going to be on at a level where I'm going to have to reach for, and that's when I anticipate myself to be a bit more nervous. But for this fight, it was very much relaxed, and it was all about me and showing my skills, show what I can do. The only I thought it was very much a C- performance in the fact that I could have done more.
Yeah.
And I could have got him out of there, I believe. And it's very, I hate to say that because it's very ignorant to say that you could have got somebody out of there. And apologies if I offend anyone when I say that. It's because I knew how much I had in the tank, and I want to be known as a fighter that gives it all in there, that gives value for money. So I hope I gave value for money, but next time it's going to be even more because I know how much I had left.
I think on that point, I think where you say value for money, I think it depends which side of the fence you sat on. If you're a true boxing fan, watching the movement, the skill that you used, it was definitely value for money. If you're turning up as a casual and you want to see a knockout, maybe not so. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it was a very skillful thing. Knowing what I know about that fighter, I mean, I don't think many people look good against him because he's just skillful and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And without blowing smoke, you did. You did look good against him.
It's the thing about the professional boxing is, like, I want to adhere to both the mainstream boxing audience, but you have to adhere to the casual fans in order to see mass market success.
Yeah,
that's why Canelo is so popular. That's why Anthony Joshua is so popular, because they want to see knockouts, they want to see pressure, they want to see you dominating opponents and being an entertaining fight. And as I get through the levels and go through the levels, there's going to be people that are willing to engage more with me, and that's when I can show my full arsenal, and that's when I see guys being left open for me to capitalise.
Well, I think on that, it's all a learning experience, and anyway, you got to remember it was your debut, and like I say, you put a very good display up on yourself. You got caught a couple of times, which was a bit silly. Do you know what I mean? The way silly. You got caught. Yeah. But you learn from that. Do you know what I mean?
I was almost too relaxed. I got too relaxed, and there was a couple of times in the fourth where I was very disappointed. My coach Al goes to me. He goes to me in the corner. Don't get lazy now. Don't get stupid. Yeah. And I did on two occasions. And as soon as he said that, he said, "Josh, what did I tell you?" And I was like, "Okay." And then dominated the end of the round. Pretty well. I think it was in the first minute or so where he caught me twice, and then the next 2 minutes were plain sailing. But no, I've had a lot of good feedback from everyone that came, from everyone in the crowd after, and it's really humbling. I've got a whole nation of St Vincent behind me as well, so it's very, very humbling, and I'm in a blessed position.
Very good, very good. Right, is there anybody you'd like to thank?
I want to thank my sponsors. So that's CPF Plastering, the Crep Cleaner based down in Hitchin. So any of your high-profile crepes, whether it's Louboutins, whether it's your Versace trainers, the Crep Cleaner has you. And also Mega Scaffolding, being phenomenal for me and helping me purchase equipment and my boxing attire, as well as my company who also sponsored me on Fight Night, Muscle Food. As well as my mum, my partner Hannah. She's been phenomenal throughout this whole journey. She's pretty much doesn't even get to speak to me at times, so I want to give her a massive shout out. And my best friend Marwa, Janet Vitti at Bad Boys, essentially overlooks everything. Bad Boys Boxing Gym, shout out to all the boys, and we're going to be out again soon. Thank you very much, Dan, and your team here.
Right, Josh Gordon, thank you very much for joining us at Squared Circle. We look forward to watching your progress.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Squared Circle.
You're welcome.